Hallo, hallo, hallo. Hi everyone. Hi Björk. So there are still 2 levels missing, which is this one and this one. This one is still just a triple stun. Whereas this one is still confusing to me. Last time this happened. I tried to enter this pipe for like 20 minutes. The bottom one is not filled. It's the one where I got the unintended exit. Okay, so the thing is, it's easy to enter this pipe. I mean, even from this absolutely horrible save state in which I tried for like 20 minutes to enter the pipe with Yoshi. You just mash a few buttons and enter the pipe. Did I just say without? Anyway, I tried to enter for this pipe with Yoshi for like 20 minutes, and entering without Yoshi is trivial. Yeah, like you just mash a few buttons. I unfortunately have no idea what the other save states are, so let's see. This is not a good one. This is not a good one. I'm really good at setting these save states in the most useless places. Anyway, so I guess I'll just say, I mean, I can try to enter this pipe without Yoshi for a few times still. With Yoshi for a few times. Just rewind the past week. So yeah, no, I don't think that's happening. I mean, I tried it for a fairly long time last week and didn't happen, so probably won't happen now either. So the question then is, what do I do? So step 1 is get a key, wings, balloon, shell block. See that it has wings, key and balloon at this position. These 3 positions. So I can get multiple keys. That's inherently what I wanted to find out. I can also enter the Yoshi bonus stage, but cannot type C8 anymore apparently. But yeah. The Yoshi bonus stage is kind of useless. Actually, is the other one also useless? The other one would be useful, but you can't enter it probably because of a lack of rooms with... Wow, the amount of error messages just scrolling... this hack is throwing me from just scrolling through. Yeah, there are no rooms past 100, which I actually used in the hack, so... No way to profit from the 1C8 stage being unchanged. What did he even do to break all those levels? So for some of them, he just, I mean, in general, the global map 16 is probably a bit changed, which does a few things to levels. But ignoring that, he broke all of those levels by not inserting X graphics. But putting pointers to them. So Lunar Magic is complaining, wait, this is pointing to a graphics file which doesn't even exist. Actually, this is a bit confusing to me because... So for this one, for example, the game is complaining that he's trying to use graphics file 40 apparently? But that doesn't make sense. He isn't trying to use graphics file 40. Graphics bypass isn't even enabled. Oh, I mean, I don't think that these levels are corrupted. I think this is intentional design. Okay, I have no idea. This is probably not intentional design. I have no idea what he did here. I don't know, maybe he tried to edit the pointer table to level IDs by hand? I mean, this is actual level. This is not garbage. This is actual level. I think this is Valley of Bowser 1, but with rope graphics. And a bit changed. This is just garbage, I believe. Okay, yes, I have no idea what he did here. So there is obviously something going on here which is a bit weird. Anyway, I'm in this level. And I kind of want to set up everything for this level. So there is a shell. I can cancel that shell, because there's a Yoshi. Okay, so there's a shell. There's a Yoshi. There is an opportunity to feed the Yoshi, I think. And I think what I want to try is I want to get an eat cancelled shell and take it in such a way through the pipe that it stays eat cancelled. That is, I want to grab it, double grab it with a key in a lower slot. Because this, I mean, this beginning setup right here looks like I want to have an eat cancelled shell. I mean, this beginning setup here looks like I want to get the springboard, and the springboard looks like I'm supposed to activate this vine block, which in turn looks like I'm supposed to have an eat cancelled shell. And there's no shell in this room, so seems seems good to bring one. Bring your own shell. So then I also have a key, and then I have a key and a springboard, which is good. And then I can hopefully use this turn block bridge. Ah, I know how to use the turn block bridge to get pushed over. That's easy once you have the springboard. And then I kind of want to... Well, I mean, then I have a key. And the key is good, because I have a 1-up. And... a 1-up can be used to spawn a keyhole with a double stun. That seems like a horrible idea. Maybe it's just better to try and... item swap? But how do I item swap here? Wait, how does any of this work again? Which one is the intended exit? I have honestly no idea. I have honestly no idea. But I can look that up. Normal exit leads up, secret exit leads right. I assume right is then the correct direction. Let's look at the overworld events. Yeah, I want to have the secret exit. And this is a normal exit gold tape, so this is not what I want. So I do want to make the double stun. What? But wait. I mean, for a double stun it would be good to have at least one power up, but I currently have no power up. I mean, I currently have a feather, but I can't bring that because of, well, this. Clearly you want to turn the tape into a secret exit one. Isn't the standard method of that for doing that fixed in Lunar Magic? Like, Lunar Magic fixes that by default? Because I mean the reason why that is that the high byte of a spawning sprite gets read as the extra bits. Oh! So any program that changes how the extra bits are read changes that glitch. So I assume Pixie fixes it by default. But Lunar Magic maybe not. Ah, probably with LM3. Because like the thing is, with LM3 you definitely want to have lots of bits for the high byte of the Y position when spawning sprites, because like levels can get so big. I can't imagine that this isn't fixed. I don't know. So like the standard way in my mind is to spawn to put the gold tape slot on an invisible Yoshi's tongue, then throw the invisible Yoshi off screen. Then spawn the gold tape on that Yoshi's tongue. Twitch costs the subscription income. Yeah. I don't care. High flow. I mean, I have like 1 sub at the moment. Don't sub here. There's nothing that you get from it. You really shouldn't do that. I don't know why I even have 1 sub. And then I guess there's advertising money. I would like to look it up, but yeah, you get HF-Berge, but you also get HF-Berge in here for free. And also you can, if you really want to, you can buy your HF-Berge using channel points every time you want them. Like you can pay 400 channel points to get a random emote. But given that there are exactly 2 emotes, it's not particularly hard to get HF-Berge that way. Anyway, anyway, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Because I mean, I want a secret exit. I don't have a secret exit. So I guess I want to produce a keyhole at least. But how do I produce a keyhole? Well, the canonical answer to how do I produce a keyhole is, well, you double stun a 1-up. But how do I double stun a 1-up? Well, I don't know. I don't have a power-up in this situation. That complicates things. Because, I mean, currently, of course, I think that's what I was saying before I digressed a bit. But these are instant kill blocks. And I currently have a feather. This means, if I enter this room, I'm immediately dead. So I have to lose my power-up. Which in consequence also means I have to lose my reserve power-up. I mean, I currently don't have a reserve power-up, but even if I had one, I would have to lose it. The only way to get a power-up in your reserve box, while staying small, is, at least when counter break is active, by eating some glitch sprite. Which in this case could be this invisible solid block, which gives you a feather into the item box but lets you stay small. The problem is I had to use that feather in order to perform the stun glitch, which I had to do in order to enter this pipe. Because I mean, you can't enter this, I mean, yeah, you can enter this pipe obviously, but then you get the wrong exit. But to enter the pipe from the other direction, you have to have like solid ground here. And the only way that I see to get solid ground here is to stun a sprite, which then spawns a solid platform. Problem? Now I don't have a reserve power up anymore, and I can't get my reserve power up back. Maybe I'm not seeing something obvious here. But how do you get a keyhole in this situation? I mean, there is no keyhole, right? I'm not just blind, there is just no keyhole. There just isn't a keyhole. So I somehow have to get one. But to get one, I... Huh. This is a problem. This is a problem. Huh. Magic table which tells me how to get sprites from stunning stuff. Does that magic table help? So the growing shrinking pipe spawns a flying rock platform, which is moving vertically. Great. Exactly what I needed. The turnblock bridge spawns puff of smoke from Yoshi's house. Great. Exactly what I needed. Well, there's no other stuff, right? Gold type spawns Paratrooper, red flying Paratrooper, not useful. One up would spawn Dino Rhino, which spawns Keyhole. I really don't know. Like, I can try to enter the last room, but that's not exactly useful if I don't know what to do there. I suppose there are a few things that I could try there, but did the magic just despawn and doesn't come back? Good game. Good game. Okay, so first thing I have to test. Okay, Yoshis can't eat magic. Secondly, so this kills the magic. That's also bad. Hmm. And if I despawn it vertically, then it just doesn't spawn again, or what? And the HDMA is breaking. Ah! VLANC. Ah, so this is why all of these vines are there. To allow me to do this. So I can prevent the magic from spawning, so I can make it spawn onto a turn block. Which then gives me enough stuff to eat. Oh. Also it's... beautiful. Just beautiful. It's this kind of a Yoshi. Where does that remove the other block? That's a good question. Um... Where does that remove the other block? Oh, I think it does try to remove both halves. Wait. I mean it... What does it do? There has to be some extremely weird spaghetti code going on here. Bottom half eats top half first, then goes to back to bottom and fails. Ah, yeah, okay, so yeah, that's true. So there is only one map 16 override routine, and yeah, that probably takes as input the position of the top Yoshi coin, like of the top half of the Yoshi coin, and then removes the top half and then calculates the position of the bottom half based on that. But it also means that the game is so broken that if the bottom half tries to calculate the position of the top half and then uses that wrong position of the top half to calculate the position of the bottom half, it gets back a different position for the bottom half than the original one. Because, I mean, otherwise, this bottom half would disappear. So there's something extremely funky going on here. Because, I mean, like, this bottom half tries to calculate the position of the top half. And obviously it fails, because the top half is, well, it's still here. Also, by the way, I just collected 255 Yoshi coins. Ah, right, the top half works. Except for the tile map updating. This is so confusing. This is so confusing to me. Because, I mean... so the top half, even if it's one tile above a screen border, is able to correctly calculate the position of the bottom half, but it is not able to correctly identify the tile map, the position on the tile map for some reason. But then the bottom half is not able to get the top half, neither the position nor the tile map, and this wrong position for the top half, if you try to use that to calculate the position of the bottom half, you get neither the original position nor do you get the original tile map position. So there are now 3 wrong calculations for the bottom half. So there are now 3 positions for the bottom half somehow. Like, the real position, then the position that the miscalculated top half thinks that it should be at, and then the position that the miscalculated top half thinks that the tile map should be at. What is going on here? There's something... This game is fundamentally broken. Anyway. Oh, did I just accidentally... I just accidentally spawned 2 wings. That's nice. Actually, I don't even want the contents of that. Also, I can't use that grinder to eat cancel something, right? Because line guided sprites can't hurt Yoshi. Good game. Oh, I can't enter the pipe. Cause there are cement blocks in the way. which is like not too big of a problem, I suppose, because I can just duplicate more turn blocks. But also that's kind of a boring solution. Also this muncher makes it kind of annoying. Put the key on the muncher. Be off with the actual good ideas. Can I please get the up tube? Thank you. I just love long-term block duplications. Especially when I do them knowing fully well that I probably have to replay this section because I have no idea how to do the next one and I'm probably missing something. Because like having a reserve feather for that next section surely would be amazing. This kills me, right? Yeah, this kills me immediately. There's nothing I can do. That's kind of bad. So getting that springboard is doable. So I suppose I want to actually have the key lying in a position where I can actually grab it again. Like, for example there, that's a good position. So now it's easy to die. But this time from the other side. The problem consists essentially of, well, how do I get anything useful out of this situation? Like, I'm now to the right of the goal. But how is that actually useful? Like, sure, I now have a Yoshi, but why do I care? How does this growing, shrinking pipe help me? How does any of this help? I never knew that you get different items when you are grabbing an item on Yoshi while going through the goal than you are getting just by going through the goal. I didn't know that. Like, when I just go through the goal, then the springboard turns into a normal mushroom, but when I grab it on Yoshi, I get a 1-up. What is this? What is wrong with this game? Why is there code for this? Why is there code that checks whether I sit on Yoshi when I'm grabbing an item while going into the goal? So the thing that I want to do is how does this work again? Isn't that like a glitch where you can dismount Yoshi by... Ah, there we go. So you have to do it. So you have to do it on the frame the animation ends, but it's not particularly useful in this situation, unfortunately. But yes, you can dismount Yoshi. So this can actually change the game. You can actually you could actually build a goal trap that requires this. Which is like honestly super cool. If somebody did that. I mean, it probably has been done already. Also, I once again did the mistake where I don't actually set extra save states. Also, can't you do this? I mean, you can do this, right? A parade. And then I just sometimes didn't get it. High noise. Hmm. Are you trying to do what you think I'm trying to do? I don't know what I'm trying to do. Hi DJ, I have no idea what I'm doing. I honestly have like no idea what I'm doing. I'm currently trying to rewind. That's pretty much everything. But the problem is, the situation is even worse than it looks. Because the game doesn't actually want me to get the normal exit, the game wants me to get the secret exit, and I don't know. I don't know how. Because this is a normal exit goal tape. This is not a secret exit goal tape, this is a normal exit goal tape, I checked that. And the game definitely wants me to get the secret exit, and... question marks? So let me um set an extra save set in a position where I at least have some items to work with. There we go. Time to enter this pipe again. Well, thank you for the luck, I'm definitely going to need it. Okay, so... I can now hopefully get 2 Yoshis? Can I? Apparently I can't get 2 Yoshis. Okay, I can get 2 Yoshis. Not too bad. So now that I have 2 Yoshis, can I do anything with that? Actually, I have a somewhat horrible thought. Can I use this one frame of input not only to dismount, but also to spit out the item in my mouth? No, I can only dismount. Ah, that would have been so cool. I can only dismount? I can't? Can't spit out the item. But I mean, I can dismount. That's not particularly useful. Wait, why am I not getting the dismount? Okay, I'm getting the dismount. So the thing here is I'm able to dismount on this frame. I'm not able to do anything else. I'm also not able to control my trajectory afterwards. Which is very sad. Because if I could spit out the key now, I'd be done. But I can't spit out the key, so I'm not done. Is there anything you can do? Wait a second. Oh, the gold tape is loaded now. I mean, none of this works. And none of that will give me the secret exit, I think. But also now I'm kind of tempted to just try out a few things in this setting. Okay, so this always gives... Wait, no. I'm currently sitting on Yoshi, so I'm Ah, this is not counting as sitting on Yoshi. Ah. So you can jump off invisible Yoshi. So that was the first thing I wanted to test. Now the problem is you can't really... There's not really a good way to control when you collect a power-up after the gold walk. Like you either get it fairly shortly after the gold tape, or you get it, well, quite far behind. Almost. It finishes the level. Oh no. Oh no. Brilliant. I was so happy that that strat actually worked. Anyway, I just had to write something down. Is there an overworld autosave? Time to press the reset button. It did, in fact, not save that. So you can't do that with a 1-up. You can't dismount the frame you collect a 1-up. That's not a thing. It has to be an actual power-up. Has to be an actual power-up transformation. Actually, what happens when you bring 2 items to the goal, which both spawn a power-up? I guess this is a bad example. Oh. That happens. Okay. Huh. In any case, none of this helps. Because I don't actually have a keyhole. Because I don't actually want the normal exit. Hi, status bar. Getting more keys is also kind of useless. This guy is even more useless. Really. Like... all of this is useless. And I can't get any 1-ups in this room. Also stunning these guys is useless. You can't stun a grinder. Huh. How? How? How is this supposed to work? Would I even know how to beat this with a feather? Like, assuming that I had a feather in the item box, would I know how to beat this room? Because like there are still some problems, even in that scenario. Because I mean you don't really have a lot of A, space to work with, and B, you don't have anything to work with really. For example, there's nothing to eat cancel. Like you cannot eat cancel anything in this room. And because you cannot eat cancel anything in this room, it's kind of difficult to get even a simple stun setup to work. I mean, you can sort of eat cancel stuff by null sprite spitting when something is in slot 1. But first of all, you have to get something into slot 1 in this room. I guess it's not I mean, it's not impossible. You have an item and you have a block which can, in theory, spawn arbitrarily many sprites. but also... How do I beat this? I mean how? I guess first of all I can block arbitrarily many sprites by using springboards. Because I have a Yoshi block, I have a key, and I have a springboard, which is floating around in the level. And these three items allow me to spawn arbitrarily many springboards if I want to. So I can have a lot of springboards. Which in turn means I have lots of solid sprites to work with if I need to. If I need any. Bonus game. No, I don't think the bonus game helps here. Like dying in the bonus game sets the midway point flag, but the midway entrance is in nowhere land. So like that's completely useless to me. And apart from that, the bonus games, like, I assume it's unedited. It's unedited. Maybe even deactivated the bonus star counter. It's at least not displayed. So no, I don't think that the bonus game is helping. Okay, so now that I know how to get infinitely many springboards, I know how to A, make sure that that 1-up spawns in slot 1. B, I know how to make a null sprite. So I can turn this 1-up into a 1-up which has been spat into, which has been null sprite spat. So so in particular it's vulnerable to cape spins. Next thing, I don't have cape spins, but I also don't have anything else that would replace a cape spin. So I guess all of this only works under the assumption that I have. This vulnerable to cape spins is only useful under the assumption that I actually have a reserve cape. But then, how would I actually... How would I actually stun the 1-up then? Because if you want to stun something, you either well, have to do the normal version where you double tongue and then eat cancel on the second tongue. But I have nothing to eat cancel with. And the alternative is to make the usual, or usual, but the setup using an invisible Yoshi and a visible Yoshi, and then cancel the first Yoshi's tongue by the second Yoshi spawning. But then to actually stun something using that technique, you have to cancel the first. You have to cancel the first Yoshi's tongue again, and this time for real. And you do that usually by, well, hitting it with something. I guess you can hit it with the Null Sprite's bad 1-up. Can you do that? No, I can't do that, but because that presupposes that I have two Null Sprites bad 1-ups. Because it can't get hit by the sprite that it has in its mouth, but that the sprite that I actually want to stun is the 1-up, so it's kind of pointless. So I'm missing sprites to hit me with. Good evening, Darcine. So yeah, I successfully managed to get the normal exit. Unfortunately, this is completely useless. But I successfully got the normal exit in this. Sad. Very sad. And now I'm just noticing that I have no goddamn clue how to get the secret exit in this. Because no matter how I try to make the double stun setup work, because I mean, like, I need a keyhole, I think. Maybe I'm supposed to do it with the gold tape, but I think I need a keyhole. Is there a way to turn the gold tape into a different kind of gold tape? Is there a way to do that? Is there like... Is there a way to do that? Is that the intended thing? Is there? Is there? Because... Maybe? He watched Magic Key. Tried to do that at one point. He did not succeed. On the one hand, that doesn't sound good. On the other hand, I have absolutely no idea. You have an infinite supply of springboards, so what's the issue? I mean, I do have an infinite supply of springboards. But also, how does that help? Actually, let me try something. So there's my save state. Can I please enter this pipe? Thank you. That was bad. I suppose I can leave the key there. How do I set this up? That's a growing pipe. Wait, you didn't notice? Okay, so that's my second springboard. Clearly we need more springboards. So let me get more springboards. No, oh no, that's bad. How would you see that in LM as a viewer? Well, you wouldn't see it as a viewer, but you played those, right? I mean, if you had closely watched for like an hour or so, then at some point I had like the sprite IDs activated, so you could actually see that it is a sprite. But yes, in Lunar Magic it's hard to tell a growing pipe from a regular pipe. Wait, they have cutoff? Where do they have cutoff? Am I blind? Am I blind? I don't see cutoff there. I don't see cutoff. Those corners in the bottom are filled usually. Hmm. But apart from that, they're really indistinguishable, right? That's an even lesser cutoff than the one in Cataclysm. Oh, by the way, on the cutoff in Cataclysm, so I went to the SMW Central page of the graphics that I used. And the cutoff is there in the screenshot. I am slightly mad. So like if you go look it up. If you go look it up. Like let me find it. There are so many cave tile sets. There's so many cave tile sets out there. Not this one. Here, this one. It's this tile set, and if you like just look at the screenshot, the foreground, like the bright ones, they have the correct shading, like right beneath the ground. But if you look at the dark ones, which are supposed to be for the background, then you can see like that the upper part of them has just wrong shading, and that produces a bunch of that produces a bunch of cutoff. And well, I just copied that because I assumed, well, that's the creator of the graphics. They surely know what they are doing. and now there's cutoff. Now there's tiny cutoff everywhere in Cataclysm. Anyway, go away, pipe. I don't need you. So. Who moderated these graphics? I don't know. But I'm slightly mad. Time to get lots of springboards. Clearly more springboards are better. So I'm just trying to get as many springboards as possible. I don't know what to do with all of these springboards, but I guess filling sprite slots is always a good purpose to have a lot of springboards. Just want... Oh, I forgot the key. Got to bring my key. So I guess the best thing about these springboards is that there's a springboard in slot 9. So at some point the gold tape will override a springboard. The gold tape. Oh. I hate that you are correct about this. I guess that means that I can permanently delete the goal? I'm not sure if that's useful for me. Ah, that's a bit bad. I wanted to use the bunch of springboards to get the gold tape in my mouth to get a red Paracooper so I get the sprite to hurt me. That was my entire plan, and now I can't do that. Screw this. This game is bad. Um, um, mm. So I assume there's some like super elegant solution to this that I just don't see, and now I'm duplicating springboards. And probably this won't even work, because, well, my first plan already failed. Trying to get a Paracooper by putting the goal into Yoshi's mouth. Also, apparently I can't grab the springboard on Yoshi anymore, because for some reason I lost my ability to do so. I mean, hello? This is the frame where I'm landing on Yoshi. It's just a one frame window because of sprite step business. But actually, is it a two frame window or a one frame window to grab a springboard on Yoshi? The springboards up. I mean, springboards are weird. For most sprites, it's a two frame window if the slots are correct. And the one frame and the zero frame window if the slots are not correct. Also, can this turn block bridge please stop retreating? I mean, just stay extended, please. 2 frames is not correct, 1 frame is incorrect. Yeah, for springs. That seems reasonable. Okay, now I'm already starting to miss certain sprites. Okay, now I want even more springboards. And since I want even more springboards, I have to do the duplication again, and now everything should be fine. I think now I have enough springboards. For now I have Yoshi in slot 1. So, if I understand everything correctly, apparently I understand nothing correctly. This pipe is not a permanent sprite or anything. What's up with the gold tape? It's just a random sprite. Like, if I throw away the springboard, then it spawns. That's reasonable and good and all that stuff, but... Anyway, that's not actually what I want to do. So actually my plan was to... Actually my plan is to duplicate this block. Apparently I can't do that. That's not actually what I wanted to do. I hate everything. Okay. Finally what I wanted to do. I'm not sure if swallowing the gold tape is the best idea. Not sure if it's actually a good idea to do that. Maybe I should not do it. Well, in any case, I can swallow the gold tape, which makes some things a bit less annoying. But I'm not sure if it's actually helpful. Because... well, now I don't have a gold tape anymore. Hi. Thanks for the raid. Hello, everyone. Hi, Mega Scott. So, I'm currently playing a glitch puzzle. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is basically the summary. Do I still have the save state for that? Yes. I'm currently swallowing a gold tape. And might regret that soon. Because now I have no gold anymore. What were you playing? Phase 4 rumgedümpelt. I mean, I have so many springboards at this point. I just don't know what to do with them anymore. what's going on in here with you. Well, okay, so let me maybe show this in Lunar Magic, because then it's a bit easier to conceive what I'm actually trying to do here. So this is the level. I mean, this is not the entire level, this is just the room. But this is the final room of the level. We were wondering if you were making a task or moderating something. I'm neither making a task nor moderating something, I'm just casually, quote-unquote, playing this glitch puzzle. Which was released a few months ago at this point, I guess. And by released, I mean uploaded in a file bin or so. So I'm just casually playing this glitch puzzle. Actual explanation of what I'm trying to do is a bit hard, because A, I don't know, and B, I don't know. But I think I'm trying to spawn a keyhole. But maybe I'm not trying to spawn a keyhole. Maybe I'm trying to do something completely different. So this is the room. As you can see, there's a goal. But this is a normal exit goal, and I want a secret exit goal, first of all. Secondly, as you can see, the goal is a death trap. And in this mess, I'm somehow trying to spawn a keyhole. Or I'm trying to change this to a secret exit goal. I'm unfortunately very much unsure what I'm actually trying to achieve. I just thought of something. Maybe I can ignore all of these springboards. Kind of don't want to delete the save though. Let me just make an extra save set here. Come on, enter this pipe. This is just an up pipe. There's nothing wrong. Nothing weird here. Okay. Hi, Lucid. Thanks for the luck. I'm going to need it. So... No, everything is fine. Everything is fine. So step 1, get past... Oh. Step 1, get past the goal. Step 2, get a second springboard. for that, grab the springboard, thank you. Then go below the level and duplicate it. Oh, that was a bad position apparently. Oh, this is not good. Oh, that didn't actually duplicate. Oops. Well, let's hope that duplicated. Okay, that duplicated. Now I have 2 springboards, that's good. So now that I have 2 springboards, I can put one here. And I can take the other springboard. And I can go past the goal again using the springboard. So there we are past the springboard. Do I want the 1-up? No, I don't want the 1-up in this scenario. Okay, so what I really wanted to do is I wanted to check whether Lunar Magic really fixes that glitch with the gold tape spawning way below the level and turning into a secret exit gold tape. So to set this up, I want to first of all get a bunch of Yoshis. And by a bunch, I really mean I want to get 3, I think. Do I want 3 or do 2 suffice? Do 2 Yoshis suffice or do I want... No, I want 3. I would really like to have 3. The problem with getting 3 Yoshis is that it's kind of a pain. Kind of a pain. Maybe I'm just accepting that 2 Yoshis are enough. I mean, I'm just trying to test something. It doesn't have to actually finish the level in this current scenario. So this is good, I think. I think this is a good state. So the next thing I want to do is I want to take this Yoshi and throw it off a cliff with as little speed as reasonably possible. Also known as 1 speed. Yeah, the glitch that doesn't work with Sprite Tool. That's the one I'm trying to do. So now I throw away the springboard. Throw away the Yoshi. And notice that my Yoshi is already too far to the left. This is sad. But I suppose I waited too long. I waited too long. I waited too long. Wait, there's a... No, I accidentally put the turn block bridge in slot 9. That's bad. Don't put the turn block bridge in slot 9. That's why it didn't work. Is this a secret exit gold head now? It's still a normal exit gold tape. Oh. This game's disappointing. Wait, maybe I screwed up. Maybe it's not actually maybe it's not actually the fault of the hack. Maybe it's the fault of the game. Not the fault of the game, maybe it's just my fault. Because there is a possibility that I screwed up. No. 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 So the Yoshi despawns. The Yoshi in slot 5 despawns. So okay, let's go through this frame by frame. Both Yoshis still alive. Yoshi in slot 5 despawns. Gold spawns. Other Yoshi despawns. And as you can, so this means that the Yoshi. Does it mean that? No, I'm briefly confused. I think it means that I did everything correctly. Because the thing that I want to avoid is I want to avoid that the goal actually spawns and only then gets warped onto Yoshi's tongue. I want to make sure that the goal tape really initializes on Yoshi's tongue. But I think I did that, right? Maybe there's another option which I might be doing wrong. So, okay, the thing is, I mean, what I'm really trying to do here, what am I really trying to achieve here? Based on the glitch list, Yoshi needs a higher slot than the gold tape. Based on the glitch. Oh. I mean, I suppose if that's everything, then I'm fine. I mean, you are right, that actually makes sense that that's needed. And if the glitch list says so, then it's probably correct. I mean, I can set this up. This is not a problem. This is actually not a problem. I mean, I suppose I have to rewind a bit. I have to rewind a bit. Like, I have to rewind to the point where this Yoshi doesn't exist. But this is... this is good to know, thank you. I mean, it makes sense. I didn't actually consider that. Because, I mean, the gold tape actually has to initialize on Yoshi's tongue. And in the frame-by-frame analysis that I just showed, it actually clearly didn't, so I... Yeah. Could have noticed. Anyway. So the reason is I want the... Yeah, makes sense. I want the Yoshi to be processed before the gold tape. Actually, does that make sense? Now I'm once again confused which things are executed in which order, which is always a mess to understand. Can I... Please, grab this springboard on Yoshi, thank you. No, don't spawn the gold tape. I hope that duplicated the springboard. Yes, that duplicated the springboard. So is this already good enough? I think it's not good enough. I think I need one more springboard. So let me get one more springboard. Let me get one more springboard. So, I suppose having the key over there was actually fine. Let's put the key back there. Things on your list of potential projects that you don't have time for. A document that lists the order in which things happen during a frame. Yeah, that would be so useful to have. Just like a reference document in which everything is listed that can potentially happen during a frame. Because there are so many glitches just rely on the order of which in which things are calculated within a frame. Like for example that wall collision is checked before ground collision is checked. Or at least before the ground moves you upwards. That's like also a thing which has consequences. Okay, so... Oh, wait. I only have these two springboards to throw them away. Go away, springboards, thank you. Because I want the Yoshi to be in a higher slot. Because apparently that's needed. Okay, so once again, throw the Yoshi over the cliff with exactly 1 speed. Come on. Thank you. So Yoshi is over there with exactly 1 speed. Then I throw the other Yoshi away. And notice that I don't have a sprite in slot 9 anymore. When the Yoshi, when the gold tape spawns. Because this is like kind of the... Wait, no, I don't have... I mean, I will have something in slot 9, but I won't have something in slot 8 anymore. When the gold tape spawns. Well, I suppose this is fine. I can fix this. I can fix this. I just should have thought of it. Ah, next attempt. Hooray! I like this game. It's a good game. Go away, Springwater slot 9. Good old sprite slot problems. I mean, they really are a classic. You always run into the problems. No matter how often you do the glitches, there's always something going wrong with the sprite slots in like the first 5 attempts. Like it's a miracle if sprite slots ever work out the way you want them to. So, next attempt. Put the guy over here. Throw him off the cliff very slowly. That's not very slowly. Very slowly. Okay. So now try to make sure that the gold tape actually spawns on Yoshi's tongue. I think that didn't help. I mean, I suppose the next problem is that the Yoshi despawns on an... Wait, what are the actual problems now? Bad frame rule, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. So the Yoshi in slot 5 despawns on an odd frame, and sprites only spawn on... Wait, that's an odd frame on which it spawns. This shouldn't be the problem. I mean, maybe it is a problem. And it probably is the problem. Oh, so there is something that I'm missing here. I mean... So I guess since I cannot actually walk into the goal right now, because I'm, well, kind of having a problem with that because of the position of the goal, I guess I actually have to read the RAM to find out if it would trigger a secret exit. So it's 187B where this is stored. And the gold tape is in slot 7. So B plus 7. So I have to watch 1882. Okay, let me just briefly state, this is not the correct kind of goal. I just watched the address, it is not the kind of goal that I want. I think I'm simply not waiting enough here. Oh. Probably not, then I'm not waiting enough. I'm watching the correct address. 7B plus 7 is 82, right? I mean, you cannot see the RAM watch. Let me change that. I changed that. Can you like see the RAM watch maybe? There we go, there's a RAM watch at least. So I hope you can read it. Can you read that? I'm not sure if you can read that. Eh. And there we go. That's the value of 1882. Currently it is 0. If this gold tape would spawn, it's just 1. And if the gold tape spawns on Yoshi's tongue, which currently it does not. But if it was... I mean, is this currently spawning on Yoshi's tongue? Oh, this is not spawning on Yoshi's tongue. So this gold tape should be spawning on Yoshi's tongue. But for all I see, I mean, it spawns at... Well, it doesn't spawn here. Wait, how does this even work? I thought it was just a matter of spawning the Yoshi, the gold tape on Yoshi's tongue, while Yoshi was very far below the screen. So that the gold tape spawns on Yoshi's tongue, the high byte of the Y position gets read as an extremely high value, or as a non-zero value, and because of the way how gold tapes initialize, that part of the high byte of the Y position then gets interpreted as extra bytes, or extra bits in this case, which in turn turns the gold tape into a different kind of gold tape. But for all I've seen, for everything that I see here, it seems that the gold tape is completely uninterested in actually changing its behavior just because it spawned far below the screen. It seems like it's, I mean, it's down there somewhere. It's the gold tape does its job down there, but But it doesn't seem to care. It doesn't help that I cannot actually finish the level this way. The heck uses Pixie? Does it actually? Well, that's too bad. Well, that of course makes everything that I just said redundant. My attempt to trigger a glitch that is... Okay, so everything that I just said is true in vanilla, but not true in this hack. Very sad. Why does it even use Pixie? Are there any custom sprites in here? This is not a custom sprite. This is just a block that looks like Luna Magic's icon for a custom sprite. This is not a custom sprite. Oh, this is a custom sprite. This is not a block which looks like a custom sprite. This is an actual custom sprite. I played this level. Wait, which kind of custom sprite was that? I have played this level, which one? What was it? It uses poison mushrooms! What else would it be? I mean, yes, what else would it be? But also, a stupid poison mushroom is the reason why that glitch doesn't work. Come on. Come on. But then I actually don't know how to beat this. Like, I don't know how to beat this then. Like, I know how to get the normal exit, but the normal exit just is an overworld. Just gives me an overworld soft lock. And yeah, that's kind of the problem. I mean, I know how to get the gold tape. I know at least now 2 different ways to get the gold tape. Both of which work. But both of which give me the normal exit because of a poison mushroom. So since I cannot turn this gold tape into a secret gold tape, I have to spawn a keyhole. Because I mean there's no other way to trigger a secret exit. Like there is no naturally occurring keyhole in this. As far as I can see at least. No secret hidden gold tape, no secret hidden keyhole over here. Also no secret gold tape, no way to turn a normal gold tape into a secret gold tape. And nothing else. Also no keyhole here, I see. There's just no keyhole. I mean, there might be a way. I mean, I'm not claiming that it's impossible to get a keyhole in here. It might be. But I just don't see how. Like, even with all of the springboards that I have. The central problem is kind of that I'm missing something to hurt Yoshi with. All the springboards in the world and not a keyhole inside. Exactly that. There is no keyhole here. I mean, there certainly isn't a springboard missing. I know how to get a springboard, but it doesn't help. At least you have a key. I mean, I have a key, yes. I have a key. It's even the only key in the level, so it actually triggers the keyhole. Well, rather, it would trigger the keyhole if there was a keyhole. Because the central problem kind of is that there is no keyhole. So I see at least I see quite a lot of different problems with this, like with the naive way to get a keyhole. Like the naive way to get a keyhole would be to double stun the one up. Maybe there's a better way. I don't know. I'm not actually sure. But the naive way certainly is to get a keyhole by double stunning. Actually, is there something else I could do maybe? Because there's this green mushroom sitting around here. And the green mushroom just, I mean, 1-up. It can just call it a 1-up. But for all I care, it's a green mushroom, which means it acts like a power-up, which in particular means I can Yoshi-fy it. Is there actually something to be gained by Yoshi-fying a 1-up? Like, for example, can I manipulate which sprite slot it has in its mouth? So does the power-up use 16OE? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't use 16OE. And unfortunately I know what's in slot 0. In slot 0 there is the key. So by Yoshi-fying the 1-up I can spit out the key. Cool. Not particularly helpful. There's something else? Can you Yoshi-fy a growing shrinking pipe? I don't think you can. Even then, would it help? No, it wouldn't. Wait, what makes things slightly less horrible than what you initially thought? Spitting out slot 0. But I don't think you could, I mean, even if you could say spit out slot 1. Or let's say I bring the key but I don't bring the glitch shell. I mean that sort of gives me problems, but let's ignore that for a second. Assume that I don't bring slot 0, or that I can spit out slot 1 through some magic. What would that change? I mean, there's like... Is there anything in the level which would be useful to spit out? Because I mean, like, sure, I could load something into slot 1 and then spit it out in the next room. That's something you can do. Which would allow me to maybe bring something into this room. But I don't see anything in the previous rooms that would help. Maybe this guy. Those assumptions sound awful. Actually, what does an what does an exploding block spawn? Oh, a vertical fireball, also known as a free crash. Or rather, a free hard lock, which is like even worse. Sprites from stuns don't in it, so it wouldn't crash. Oh, it wouldn't crash. Well, that's good. So it's the init that crashes. Also, how are you keeping the exploding block in slot 0? That's a good question. I wouldn't. Let's just say I wouldn't. Also, this is the kind of fish that would spawn a Reznor, but also I don't care about Reznor. I want the secret exit. Getting the normal exit is possible, I know how to do that. So yeah, bringing something from a previous room doesn't seem all that useful. Well, then I'm just lost. Just don't know how to do this then. Can you get hit by a nullspat springboard? Yes, you can. But you see, there's a second problem with that. I mean, if you just say, well, then just get a nullspat springboard, then everything would be fine. Yes, except that when I get a nullspat springboard, that means that I cannot have a nullspat 1-up at the same time. Because I mean, there can only be one thing in slot 1, obviously, because slot 1 is just one sprite slot. But when I don't have the null spat 1 up, then how do I set the stun time of the 1 up? Wait, am I stupid? I remember it not working, but that doesn't mean anything. I didn't actually check for it. Which is typically a bad idea. I think it doesn't work, but let me just quickly check for it, because it would be kind of a big deal. Wait, I'm not actually trying to get a... Yeah, as you can see, this is a... The pressure is on. So I mean, there is a stun timer here. But also this doesn't help, because this is already in this is already in state 8. Because it already in state 8. State 8 is normal. That's stupid. It would help. I'm confused. It would help, of course, but it wouldn't spawn anything. The 1-up from the vine block would work. While you are correct, this vine block is somewhat unfortunately placed. I would claim that this doesn't actually... I mean, yes, a 1-up from a 1-up block would work. I am aware of that. I have used that in the past to actually spawn keyholes. But yeah, there's no 1-up block in this room. And there's also no 1-up block in this room. I mean, okay, there is a 1-up block right here. Kind of. If you duplicate it to the left. I mean, the kappa after... Yeah, I know that the kappa after that suggestion is there for a reason. But I'm always afraid when you say, like, a suggestion and then kappa, because sometimes they would actually work and they're just horribly unreasonable. But sometimes they just straight up wouldn't work. And I think this is one of the situations where it's actually the latter case. I think it just straight up wouldn't work. But yeah. I suppose I want music. Hmm. Oh no, it might actually work. You can't key surf below the level. No, can't. Your key despawns. Unfortunate. I would say very fortunate. Somewhat unfortunate. That would be useful for breaking levels. Yeah, but it would be so useful for breaking levels that it would almost be boring. Don't you think? Yeah, you still need a key. But also, a fairly big amount of pit hacks are relatively lenient with giving the player a key. I once looked into ways to change which sprite the exploding block spawns. but I couldn't get it to spawn a keyhole. I think this is also out of the question. Generally, I got very few useful things out of that. I think the best thing was a Magic Cooper. Which is like, not that cool. Wow, I can spawn a Magic Cooper out of an exploding block. Also, yes, I only get the key in the next room. But I suppose, this is not too big of a problem. I guess it is a problem. Maybe Magic Cooper helps with hitting the multi-coin block. I mean, that multi-coin block is a bit mysterious. It is there. It exists. Yeah, no, I don't think a Magic Cooper helps with hitting the multi-coin block. I don't think a Magic Cooper helps at all. And that's kind of my point. I don't think a Magic Cooper helps. I mean, you can set up situations in which a Magic Cooper would help, but I don't think it would help here. Anyway. When Magic Cooper's magic hits a turn block and spawns a 1-up, does that 1-up have a set stun timer? Not that it would help particularly much. I mean, it wouldn't help, I think. Also, I don't think it has a set stun timer, because why would it? I mean, there's no reason for it to have a set stun timer. But that's another source of 1-ups, which wasn't accounted for yet. Because, I mean, there is Magic Cooper's magic here. I used it to spawn a yellow Cooper, which is probably the best idea, but I also could have used it to spawn a moving coin. Smiley face. Instead of item memory, you have to RNG route to get a 1-up at the end. Let me just say that was in my ideas list for Cataclysm. Exactly that. And needless to say, I didn't actually put it in But I had that written down. RNG manipulation seems like hell. Yes. Well, yes, I'm still a bit sorry that I didn't get walled by the red Paracooper. But also I just entered the pipe and everything worked out. Don't tell Viob about RNG Paracooper. Don't give him excuses. Oh. So yeah, I think I'm just missing something because like either I'm not seeing something that I could do, or or maybe I'm just actually missing an item from a previous room. Don't worry, you likely would be able to get there even if you didn't know. I mean, still, When are Armageddon streams? Actually, where's my... Here's Armageddon. I mean, does this look so bad? Does this look so bad? Okay, maybe that's a bad example. This actually looks a bit bad. The level even tells you the speeds you need, can't be that bad. Here, this room is easy. It really is. This room is harmless. This room, on the other hand, I mean, it's just one trick, and if you didn't play the hack, you probably wouldn't even see which trick it is in this room. Like, it's a single trick in this. Everything else is fairly easy, but one thing is actually hard. Well, this room I broke a bit. Like, not completely, but a bit. Ah, this room really isn't too bad. Except for this jump. This jump requires a bit of setup. Like you actually have to approach this jump correctly, otherwise you won't make it through. The rest is easy. Or, well, yeah, nothing too bad. Cape though. Worrying. Ah, this room is really not that bad. Actually, going through this, there are quite a few things which were hard. Like, most setups are relatively friendly, and then there's the occasional roadblock along the way. So like in every room, or not in every room, but in most rooms I see something where I had, which gave me some trouble. And then look at the rest, and then I think, well, most things were easy, but Then there was one thing that gave me trouble. I think getting through this piece of lava here was hard. So no. It's really, I don't think anything in there in Armageddon compares to the Cataclysm shell jump. Not even that one setup in that water room. It's hard, but it's not the Cataclysm shell jump. It's close though. Like that setup in that water room is. It's precise. But it's still not the Cataclysm shell jump. I think this room is much harder than it looks. Yeah, the water frame rule makes it kind of bad, but also it's not really that bad. Like, when I actually tried it, I knew how to get around the water frame rule. Like I knew, or I was in a position where I knew how to get like 2 extra Weiser pixels, for example. Like I could change my inputs and get 2 extra Weiser pixels. And once you're in that kind of position, it's easy. You just have to become one with the water frame rule. And then everything is fine. And I mean, it's especially fine because I mean, you can always just wait a while. You can just swim against the ceiling and just wait. And for every 4 frames you wait, you move 2 subpixels down. And so any fine-tuning can be done by just swimming against the ceiling. Can you swim against the ceiling in that room? Or would be bad if you couldn't. Then it would be a bit horrible. You can swim against the ceiling, so everything is fine. So like if you're not trying to be as fast as possible, I mean, of course I was trying to be as fast as possible, so I'm not actually sure how I set it up anymore. That wasn't too bad. Like I mean, it definitely didn't take me 7 hours. It didn't take me 7 hours. And the Cataclysm shell jump, I did it last week. It took me 7 hours to actually get it. Yeah, okay. If you're going slow, you can do extra shell jumps in Cataclysm. Yeah, okay, that's true. But I was, well, it took me 7 hours to get it without a pause and without extra shell jumps. Oh no, I didn't get it on stream. Like on stream I paused. And I still didn't get it. And then like the next day I got in like 10 minutes with the pause. And then I reshuffled everything, and I mean I didn't reshuffle everything, but I reshuffled a few shell jumps and then I got it without the pause. Which is like, I don't know, faster. Almost a second faster. It's not exactly a second faster, it's like 54 frames or so faster than the version without the pause. Like I needed 6 extra frames to set up shell jumps. And even the Cataclysm shell jump is actually not the worst, the most precise stupid thing I've done, because that title still goes to the Item Abuse 3 T-Surf. I think that is still the single, I don't know, 5 seconds or so of video that I spent the most time on. Which room is this? Oh, it's just the background. Anyway, I think like the hardest room in Armageddon, or at least the room that took me the most time, I think, should be this one. Should be this one. Like this room is a room. Like a hard room. I mean, it is the room with the most screens, yes. It isn't the longest room in terms of seconds or anything, but there were a lot of things in here which gave me trouble. Especially because I tried to avoid pausing, and then this stupid jump where the wrong sprite spawn frame rule causes one of these platforms to not spawn because some other sprite is still on screen. And I just hate it. Ah. It's a good room. I really like this. It's just really hard. There's so much cool stuff in Armageddon. um, back to this room, which I can't figure out. Hooray. I still don't know what to do. Turns out looking at Armageddon was not the solution, but it was a good distraction. I mean, looking at Armageddon didn't actually help, that's true. Is there some other hack I could look at? You see 3 strats. Well, it turns out looking at this level also doesn't help. Also, what happened here? Amazing. I'm not sure if that's even the newest version. No, it's not the newest version. I have a newer one. This is a newer one. Ah, this was the last change. Ah, right. When are you releasing this? Last time I asked that, you said that you still wanted to fix something, but I already again forgot what that was. Oh, yeah, I remember the last break that I did. I did a stun setup on that stupid platform up here. Right. That was a thing. Okay. Ah, now Lunar Magic is once again throwing errors that there are X graphics files missing. Great. Okay. So you see 3 strats and I see 0 strats. I mean, I saw a strat, but that turned out to be impossible because of a poison mushroom. And now I see 0 strats. Like, 0 functional strats at least. Can imagine magical strats would actually work, but so I suppose there are still a few things that I can check. First of all, so I can oh, I forgot to take a string button to Yoshi's mouth. Oops. No wonder it doesn't work. Uh, wait, this is a bad idea. Okay, so trying to Yoshify several things. So I can spit out the key. That doesn't help. And the problem is I can't actually change what I spit out that way. Okay, so it really is as expected. Okay. Have a good night, Darcy. Okay, so I can't Yoshify a moving pipe. That was also what I expected. And the last question is, can I Yoshify the turn block bridge? I think no, but I mean, can I Yoshify it? Yes, but can I do a suicide swap and then spit out the content of the mouth of sprite I'm swapping? And the answer here is again no. Clearly the answer is no. So, consequently, no, I don't think I can Yoshify anything. Or at least not to any effect here. I mean, obviously the 1-up can be Yoshified and can be suicide swapped, and I can even spit out its mouse, but it's always slot 0, so it doesn't help. Can I somehow clip into that turn block bridge without a springboard? I don't think I can. Very stupid question, but have you checked the stun sprite spreadsheet? I mean, yes. But I couldn't tell you what I read there. So let me read it again. Turn block bridge, horizontal, spawns puff of smoke from Yoshi's house. Ah, I remember making fun of that. Growing shrinking pipe, which is by the way not an easy stun because it doesn't actually use its stun timer naturally. Growing shrinking pipe spawns flying rock platform, vertical. Also doesn't sound particularly good. Well, gold tape spawns red Paracooper, we know that. And 1-up spawns Dino Rhino. And Dino Rhino spawns. Or Dino Rhino turns into Eerie and spawns Keyhole. Springboard spawns Wiggler, but I don't see how to stun the spring. I mean, the Springboard is stunned. No, it's not stunned. It's a normal state normally. Check sprite 67. What? 67. Excuse me? Excuse me? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Thank you for making me aware. Okay. So a line-guided grinder also spawns a keyhole. Does it actually use? Oh, it actually uses its stun timer even. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. I was completely convinced that that spawned something more. I thought I had checked that last time. I thought I had checked that last time. Obviously I didn't, but... Ah. Never trust past self. Never trust your past self. Mad. I am very glad you decided to look that up, because it's like... Ah. I thought I had checked that. Obviously I didn't, but... But also, like, how didn't I... How have I never seen that? Like, spawning a keyhole is something so useful. And there are like literally 2 sprites which do that. The Eerie and the Grinder, apparently. So the line guy with Grinder. Because Dino Rhino is Eerie. Technically speaking. The stunned Dino Rhinos would spawn something else, you just normally don't get them. It's a bit weird. I mean, yes, sort of. If you actually spit out a Dino Rhino, then you get an Eerie, and that spawns a keyhole. Well, yes. Three things spawn a keyhole. Mad. Thank you for... I mean, Eerie is an, well... Well, DJ still has to play that, so I'm not going to say where the Eerie is used. No spoilers. Actually, how far are you in Super Puzzle World 3? Anyway, there's still this level. There's this one single level. This one single stupid level, which is just a triple stun, and I have tried it like 2 or 3 times now. And every time I messed up some important sprite slots, and I'm mad at myself. Because it means that I well, either now have to play this or that maybe an entire stream will be wasted trying to get a triple stun right. I think I'll stop just... I think I'll just stop for today. I mean, I know what to do here, I just have to do it. Yeah, I think I'll just stop for today. So, thanks everyone for watching. The level was beaten today. Just this one level. Just this one level. Just this room right here. This room right here. Just this level has been beaten, and well, I mean, the worst part about all of this is, I would have beaten that room. I would have beaten that room if there wasn't this stupid poison mushroom. Also, it gave me it gave me new ideas as well. There is now a new bullet point in my things to do for Cruella 3 list. Which is, by the way, a pretty long list at this point. Now I just have to build the heck. Instead of playing Cataclysm. I guess I'm now exactly here. In this room. Right here. Well, anyway, and the shell job is stupid. Everything else is fine. This room. Anyway, have a good night. Thanks for watching. I'll see you probably next week.